Hello and welcome to Filmmakers Lounge, where we sit down with aspiring filmmakers to talk about their shorts. I'm Joseph Anaya, the host.
And I'm Edgar Melchor, the co-host.
For this first episode, we're going to talk about one of our kind of first shorts that we did a year and a half ago. It's called Blueberry Gone. It's around 3 minutes long. We're going to watch it first. Hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll talk about it afterwards. So, enjoy!
Enjoy.
Hey, this is Glenn. This phone is too far away and I'm too lazy to grab it. So just leave a message and I'll get back to you when I decide to not be lazy.
Hey, you. I'm sorry we haven't talked in a while. I was just remembering how nervous you always get and how adorable it is. Your hands are always so sweaty. After each day we spend together, my face hurts from smiling and laughing with you. You always make me feel warm. You make me feel like I found my other half. But even after all that, I just can't believe you. I've done so much for you. Yet, you never show me you care anymore. Here I am, paying your phone bills every month like always, and nothing. Nothing. Where are you to reassure me when I have no one? No one but you. I'm sorry, Glenn. I get upset that I can't hear your voice anymore. All I get is your stupid voicemail. That's all I've gotten from you. That's all I've gotten for the past year. That's all I've gotten. Why didn't I cherish every moment we had? You were always so gentle and supporting of me. I've never had that. But I have to let you go. This isn't goodbye. You'll never fade from my memory. That place you claimed in my heart many years ago will always be yours. I'll be seeing you, hun.
Hey, welcome back. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to go to commercial real quick and we'll be back to talk about it, go over it, review it, and talk about the making of it. We'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to watch it, but we're going to commentate over it with our commentary. Words that come out of our mouths. And we'll go into watching it, so let's do this. Oh, this brings me back.
I haven't seen this in a long time.
Wow, look at that text. We could have done so much better.
Hey, you.
No, that was my voice.
Sorry we haven't talked.
I wanted you
I
to
forgot
you to do that voice, but you're like, no, you do it, and then I did it.
How adorable it is.
Now there's Katie. These
Hands are always so sweaty.
some of these lines make me really cringe. Like I always want to go back.
To rechange it,
Yeah.
change their dialogue.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're gonna improve on it, dude.
I like this one to begin with, though.
Yeah. Did you see your hand?
Yeah, I did,
It
and
looked like you're in the back seat.
every time I look at it, though, it makes me
It makes you what?
I don't know.
What does
I don't
that
know what that
mean?
means. It's like my hand's like so tiny.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's
dude?
just a personal.
Look at that. That's Katie. Look at that lighting. That's real.
It is real.
Oh my god. I remember when we were making this.
She had like a allergic reaction.
No, that had nothing to do with anything.
Oh, I thought that's what you were gonna bring up.
Why'd you have to bring that? That's why
Okay,
Katie, like a couple days before we did this, she had an allergic reaction. That's why you see a little bit of allergic reaction on her face.
Because she was shooting John Chow.
Yeah. And it's like we needed to do this.
Yeah.
Like we needed to finish this, and she was a trooper, dude. She came through. She delivered. She was awesome, and we did all of this in like what?
A day.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Look at that graveyard scene. You're having trouble,
Dude, I was having a slight panic attack.
You're in the parking lot.
I was in the parking lot just waiting for you to finish
Oh, yeah,
shooting.
that's your hand.
That's
Are
my
you
hand.
proud?
Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
What?
That's my favorite shot right there.
Wow. So how did it feel like being the hand in this?
A little-
Literally.
A little. I was a little nervous because I didn't know who she
Because
was.
originally it's gonna be my hand, but my hands are like
Mine-
always
mine are too.
slimy. It's just dripping. Like if I hold my hand like this
A bunch
for
of-
an hour, at least 5 drips will happen.
For an hour.
Yeah. Dope. I remember I was like, "Are you sure you're cool with going in the graveyard?"
Dude, she
She's
was
like-
cool with everything. She was a real trooper of the
That was
entire
the
shoot.
first time we ever worked with like a legitimate like,
actress
actress.
or actor.
Before it was friends.
It's just just get your friends in the videos and then
It was just
certain
like,
thing.
hey, go run up that wall
And
and,
then they do
run like you're diabetic, and then that was it. But we worked with Katie, and right away we're like, oh, dude,
It's just got real.
we had to change our method all the way, like over.
Were you nervous
and
working with Katie?
I was.
Like from a scale to 1 to 10, how nervous were you?
I was an 8.
An 8. I was a good solid 7.5.
Yeah, because your hand was on her face.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised she didn't like say anything about it. Did she?
No.
Okay, cool. I like Katie. She's cool.
Okay. Well, that was the commentary. We hope we gave you some good insight on how it was made somewhat.
A little behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, and thanks. Hey, welcome back. We're gonna talk about Blueberry Gone. Since it's the first episode, it's just us. Usually it'd be, we'd have a guest on and their short film and stuff, but for the very first episode, it's us with our work. And, we're here to talk about the making of Blueberry Gone.
Blueberry Gone.
And so, what this was for, originally this was for a class.
Yes.
Let's see. So, I came up with this script like a couple quarters before we did this. It was for our script writing class, which we were in together. And you wrote like a story about, what was it, like 2 guys in a thong dancing on a little girl?
Was this that class with your favorite teacher?
Yeah.
No, it was
Matt
it's like it was
Jensen.
Matt Christensen. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like I wrote a script about I don't know, but it was really dumb. It was like a high school kind of teen drama looking ass thing, and then Joseph came out of nowhere and like surprised everybody. You were the top-notch student in that
No,
class.
not really.
Yeah,
They're
you
just
and
like,
Alyssa.
oh, okay, that's cool.
You and Alyssa.
And then, so I did like this 20-page script, and then it was like, wow, would you woo woo? And then 2 quarters later, we had a acting and directing class.
Yeah.
with this teacher who is serious about acting.
Yep.
And we learned that the hard way because there's like multiple projects throughout the quarter, and like the first projects we did where we used each other and we're like, oh,
She was not very thrilled on it.
yeah, we like laughed about it,
laughed.
and she just
said no. She shut it down.
if this was our ego, she went, and then we had to slowly rise ourselves up
to her at least some standards of hers.
Yeah, and then that's right when like we put on suits. Before we were wearing like tank tops
and baseball tees.
And then we went serious. We went super to the wall, to that wall, to that wall, to that ceiling, and trying to be serious in what we do. And Blueberry Gone was the very first step into that direction. And before it was all like silly gumbo
weird things that sometimes didn't make sense.
And so yeah.
So then we decided to go with Blueberry, but originally Blueberry Gone was supposed to be a 20-minute piece, though.
I condensed it down to like a little 3-minute like segment of like the overall story, and well, not the overall, just
there was a name for that. You named it something. It was a mood piece.
Yeah, it was a mood piece
for an actual short we were gonna do.
Yeah, because usually like I think companies sometimes, if they want to make a movie and the studio's kind of like unsure about it, they make a mood piece to get like a feel for what the thing would be.
So they can produce the big
yeah, that's essentially what this was. Yeah. And it got really like a lot of people really liked it. Like Scott, our teacher, like was impressed, and it was like cool.
Yeah, you were one of the top 3, dude.
No, I wasn't.
I think you were. I think it
no,
was
we weren't.
Excellent. No,
film. I wasn't. No, we weren't. No, you weren't. None of us. We were just floating. And she's like, "Wow, that's acceptable," and we're like, "Cool." And then like we went into talks and we're like, "Oh, we're gonna expand it," but that never happened until like a month ago.
Why didn't that happen?
I don't know. Other things came up, and we did other shorts.
Like we're okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, originally we had a class where we had to come together in a production team and produce like a full-scale short.
Yeah.
And originally we were going to do Blueberry Gone, like the full-length one, but we decided to work on something.
It's a different short that we went with.
We can talk about that later, like another episode,
yeah.
maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so that happened, and then Blueberry Gone got pushed to the side, and we're like, okay. And this year, I was like, you know what? We should like really go back and expand on it, like
but with
properly.
A few changes though.
Yeah, because I kept rewatching this short one, and there are just some issues where I felt like, well, yeah, it's a mood piece, but we're putting it out there like it's an actual like piece, and I feel like it's not like a good representation of the story that we originally had. And so I feel like this new one, we're actually going to reboot this and turn it into a full-scale short, and it's going to improve and expand upon like everything. And you know, I think the biggest problem I had with this short one is mainly on me and my writing, how I did it. It was one phone call, and all of these emotions were expressed in this one 3-minute phone call.
Yeah.
Where she went from being like, I miss you, to why don't you ever call me back, to I gotta let go, to bye. And I was like,
wait, you're still keeping some of the elements from the original, right?
yeah, exactly. It's the same story, and she's gonna have those same feelings and stuff, but with this one, it's gonna be, you know, strict down to the line.
Down the line. Who and how? We're still keeping the same character though.
Yeah.
Are we?
It's the same character.
Same character, but a different actress.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go a different route. But yeah, we're using a different actress, and well, yeah.
Who's the actress?
It's gonna be Gabby's cousin, Brenda.
Brenda, and she has some experience in acting, correct?
Yes, she went to school for acting. She's been, she has her degree and everything, just like Katie did.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God, what is? But yeah, we're using Brenda. she has experience. But yeah, Gabby's gonna actually come in and help direct with me and write.
Okay, so both of you and Gabby are co-director and co-writer for the piece, and I'm assuming you're going to be putting the piece together as an editing.
Yes.
And then I will be the director of photography for the piece.
Yes.
We'll have probably a good friend of ours do the audio, unless we.
No, we can't. For the most recent short we did, we just put on this little DAR we had from David.
Yeah.
And it was just.
It was cool. I mean, it did its job, but it just sometimes did it get a little bit.
Yeah, it did half of its job.
It did half of its job, and then sometimes it's like you just hear like the movement of the DAR, and it's just the audio could have been better, but that we're not talking about that piece right now.
Yeah. So, well, we're gonna have our good friend Danny probably come in and do the audio, but I gotta talk to him. I'm sure he's down. He's helped us out with a bunch of stuff before. But yeah, so if you guys don't, Gabby is my GF. She's worked with me on these past 2 short films we kind of did, and yeah, so we're gonna definitely full tackle this together. And I feel like her input is very validated, and blah 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 blah. Because not only are we tackling the story of a very broken down woman, you know, just going through all this stuff and yada yada. It's good to get, you know, Gabby's input on that too. Of course. Because if it's just gonna be us two guy bros, like
it's a different point of view from a woman.
Yeah, and especially if it's like a dude guy bro being like, "This is how you feel because this is how they react when they lose someone. Now cry." Then it just loses its thing.
It loses the value.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't know, but her input's gonna be very good, and I feel like we're gonna definitely improve on it.
Improve the short that we did years ago. Well, not years ago, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
it was started off with a 20-minute script and then a 20-minute short, and then it went off to become just a 3-minute little mood piece. And then I feel like a lot of people, in my opinion, really liked it, you know. And then we were originally gonna make the actual piece, but there were some things where like, you know, like locations that we couldn't get a hold of some, and then just actors, and then, you know, just schedule wise, we just couldn't really execute the longer piece, the actual short. So we kind of had to put that on hold, but we did work on other things that I think turned out just as good as well. So now that we're revamping Blueberry Gone into something even better than its original.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Joseph came to me and asked me about it, and he told me if I can be the director of photography for it. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm totally down, man.
Yeah. And I feel like we're definitely gonna be where we were then a year and a half ago and compared to where we are now. It's gonna be like,
it's gonna be a big step up for us personally.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either, but I was trying to do steps. But I mean, I personally, okay. I mean, I feel like it's a good step up for us. It's like, because the recent shorts we've done, I think they've turned out really good because we learn a lot from the past, how we were kind of, I don't know if there's a word I could put there.
I don't know.
But I mean, we knew stuff, but not a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But now we know a lot more, so we want to make an old piece even better, basically.
Yeah.
You know,
and I felt like this first one was good. I felt like we did a really good job, but there's kind of a missed opportunity to like stretch out this story and give a proper understanding of everything. And so I feel like we're definitely going to do that here, and it's going to be great because we've had like a lot of learning experiences and we've been really good. And so and yeah, I mean, yeah. And this is just going to be, because before we've been doing stuff a lot for classes and we still kind of do, but now for sure it's like.
So it's a personal thing-ish.
Yeah.
We want to enter these into film festivals and just, you know, showcase to people like, hey, we know how to do stuff. And
somewhat.
Yeah, okay, somewhat. And we're not like considered amateurs, you know, because we have dealt with people where they know their stuff. And then we're like, oh, we still have a lot more to do.
Yeah, like when we were working on one of our shorts called We're Okay, that was another huge wake-up call.
Yeah,
because our co-director's DP that came in and gave assistance, he knew everything.
He knew exactly what he was talking about. He came in during one the days of the shoot, and he really kind of woke us up to a point where like, oh wow, we have a lot more.
Yeah,
we have to do.
And that was another like where we're like, okay, we gotta we gotta we gotta get better, and I feel like we did. But yeah, that guy Jeremy is his name.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy though. I mean, he's really cool. Really cool guy.
He and his YouTube channel people have a Nightwing series, and they do like these like pretty cool like superhero stuff.
Tell me about it.
And it's like really well done. It's very high production wise, and the YouTube channel has actually been getting really like out there. Now he's doing stuff where he's recently shot as part of special features, like behind the scenes for Magic Mike 2.
Oh wow!
And he went to Channing Tatum's house and shot him for the DVD. And I was like, whoa, he got that. And we worked with that guy.
We did, and he gave us a little bit of advice there, and he kind of woke us up. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's very humbling, but a bit of a wake-up call when you work with people who are as good or better than you.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally get it.
It's definitely a thing where you can't always be like, man, I don't want to work with other people because they're gonna like bring me down. It's like, no, you learn from people, and you have to be more open with that, especially if you're gonna improve on your craft and be better. It's like when you interact with someone with that skill set, you can only take positive stuff back from them.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I gotta do that.
You gotta learn more, man.
Yeah. And so with that,
learn that we somewhat got off topic a little, but it's fine.
It's fine, man. We're talking about film.
Did you ever explain the plot of Blueberry Gone?
Yeah, the Blueberry Gone plot. It's in the film. You watched it.
Yeah, but what if they don't understand the plot point of it?
Blueberry Gone, just the essential story is basically about this woman named Emily, and she's lost her boyfriend. But she's lost her boyfriend 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just her dealing with that. And people react very differently to loss. Mm-hmm. And the way Emily reacted was she never let go or even gave enough time for her to accept the fact that he's gone. And so the whole story is just her and the way she's living her life ever since the death of her boyfriend. And how she lives her life is she refuses to let him go. And she pays his phone bill over and over every month as if he's still alive. And she leaves a voicemail probably once or a bunch of times a day on his phone, just talking about her day, just talking with him as if he's still alive.
Yeah.
And that's another thing where she calls not only to talk with him but just to hear his voicemail, and like hear him like saying, "Hey, this is Glenn," and blah 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 blah. That's like one of the few last key things that she has of him, and she wants to hear that every day. And so, yeah, that's the basic story of, Emily. And yeah, so, I mean...
Do you have problems writing something like that?
Yes, because I've gone through stuff myself. We all have.
Yeah.
With losing someone we love. And when it comes to writing this character who doesn't refuse to let go, it's like you kind of had to get in that mindset of, okay, if this was me, where would I go? If this was the character, where would I go? And, that's the whole idea. And that's the whole thing about script writing or writing anything in general, is you have to create this character and learn them, what's their favorite thing to do, or all that, what are their weaknesses, strengths, all that, and flesh them out. And, whenever you do that, I feel, at least since I write a lot, I always have a piece of me coming out into these characters, and that's what
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, which became Blueberry Gone, and now we get to execute it again, which I'm excited for. I'm super excited to actually shoot this.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, and we're gonna definitely come back and do it better. And who knows, we're probably gonna be on this show again with our new and improved version of Blueberry. Anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed a little insight on how we do short film. So we hope you guys enjoyed us talking a bit about it. Right after a commercial break, we're going to be here, but you're going to be going.
I'm going to be going, and then somebody else is coming in.
Gabby's going to come here, and she's going to be talking about, the reboot of Blueberry Gone, since she's helping write and direct it with me. So we're going to chime in about that. So come back in like 5 minutes and watch us. We'll be here on the couch. Hello. Hi. Welcome back. We're here at FML, our Filmmakers Lounge, and we're here to continue talking about our short Blueberry Gone. As you saw, it was pretty short. It was like, 3 minutes something. And with that, originally I wrote this script that was over 20 pages long. A year and a half since we did that. And I think now we are gonna go through with that script, and we're gonna redo what you just saw, but in a longer, fleshed out story where we're seeing this character Emily, go through this on her own. Originally in the old script, it was she interacted with various amounts of people from. You saw her boyfriend was already dead. He's been dead for around a year or two. And we just seen how she's always consistently calling his cell phone and paying his phone bill to talk to him in the voicemail as if he's still alive. And she carries that every day. And with this new script that me and Gabby here are working on, we're doing that basis where it's just Emily herself. Just day to day, and we see who this person is, how she's able to carry out everything. And some events will happen that will shatter her and completely break her. And that will be the true, testament or test of how she'll get over Glenn. And with that, we're fleshing that out right now. And in the upcoming months, we're going to start shooting. And, so looking forward to it. With this story, it's very heartfelt and very. Anyone can relate to this story, I feel. I related strongly with it, where once you lose someone close to you, you still want to carry on something that you had with them. And you don't. Everyone reacts differently. You don't know how we're going to react when we lose someone that we deeply care about. And with this character, Emily, she does not at all accept that Glenn is dead. She's complete beyond denial. She doesn't accept the fact that he's dead, and she needs to somewhat try to move on. She's just still carrying on this thing where she's calling him every day and leaving messages and letting them know how she is. And while it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's a very toxic way on how she's handling this, how she's been handling it.
She's not dealing with it at all.
Yeah, and she's not giving herself time to heal, and she's just doing this. And it's completely understandable. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do if I lost a very close one. If I lost you, that'd be crazy. I mean, I don't even know how to react. What was that? You just point your eyes up to the ceiling and nod your head side to side? So yeah, I mean, going forward, what kinds of things would we want to tackle, obviously? Because with this recent short is very short, condensed, and you see this fluid amount of emotions right back to back to back. There's no time frame where, this was one day, this was another day. And that's what we're going to, tackle in this new one. That's what I felt like I kind of did wrong in the old one. Was it went way too quick with her emotions. So you went from hey, I miss you, to why aren't you calling me back, to I have to let you go, and then bye.
Yeah.
When with this longer one, we're going to be able to expand upon that so much more, and we see what she's going through and how necessarily those emotions validate who she is at this particular story, and like how she just crumbles as the story goes on. We'll see that the events happen where, spoilers, we're going to do
You'll
it.
spoil it.
Just the whole idea that she's this person who's very broken down and relies on Glenn very much. And this depression and looming, losing someone has affected her so much that she just stops going to work. And she loses her job, loses everything. And going through that, as the days go on, weeks, months, she gets eviction notices. She's, getting these things. Her cable's getting shut off. And the next thing you know, her phone gets shut off.
Yeah.
And she can't contact Glenn's number anymore. And can't call him. And that is the lowest of the low for her. And at that point, seeing Emily, she has these traits of someone who is kind of suicidal, kind of a drug abuser, being like, she does drink, she does overuse some types of drugs, and that only comes in to help supplement these very dark feelings. And
it's kind of the only thing she can do. That's how she's dealing with it.
Exactly.
Just destroying herself.
And once it gets to a point where she's losing all these things one by one, one by one, that's the only thing she has to resort to, is these dark, very dark areas that we as humans don't even want to talk about. That just, we've all been there, some more than others, but we get to that point and it's very, 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 you're in this dark abyss and it's bad.
Yeah.
But, we can all relate to this. And, what do you hope? What do you want to try to help convey with this character in this story? Like, how do you see, Emily being, and it's been at least 2 to 3 years since he's been gone, but yet there's this kind of graph where she's fine, but when we start with her, she's already sinking, and it's just it's consuming her.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I mean, not excited, but excited. I mean, yeah, because when I first saw your 3-minute one or whatever, I really relate to it. And then, it was something that it wasn't a personal thing that I've ever gone through, but I could put myself in her shoes, and watching it, it was damn, if that's ever happened to me, this is how I would deal with it too. And then when you started telling me the longer version of it, I really saw myself in it. And so I think it's gonna be, I'm excited to film it already. And of course, finish writing it.
Yeah.
But
we're still in the process.
Yeah, we're still doing that. And I don't know. What I was gonna ask you, your inspiration for it. I still wanna know. Or when did you come up with this idea? Because I really liked it. It was I think it was one of your strongest shorts that you've done. That's why I'm excited that you even wanted me on this. It was just what? Okay, cool. I'll help you write it.
Well, originally I had to come up with an idea from a script writing class, and I was swimming in that. I was trying to swim for ideas in that regard of how people react to loved ones going and everything with that. And this isn't a completely original idea, but I was searching the net on how people react through that stuff, and I found someone's post on how this guy lost his girlfriend, and he kept paying his phone bills, her phone bills, just to listen to her voice, every night.
Yeah.
And so I saw that, and it's that is completely heartbreaking. I can see that. I want to write about that. And so I took that basic concept of an idea and I expanded on it with this character and everything. And so it was basically about that. But originally I had it in this long script where that happened, where she's going to work but she's just pouring vodka and bourbon and stuff in her coffee, and she's just drinking. She's just fluidly all throughout the day, just like drinking and just suppressing all these feelings. And her friends try to come in to that and try to help her, and it's just like an all-around mess. And yeah, and that's why I wanted to do the little short thing that we did that you guys saw, and it went through good, but there were still things I want to improve on. You know, we've worked in the past. Recently, this year, we've done 2 shorts. One was a short one called Last Escape, which you starred in. We didn't really see any of you. It was very experimental, and it was like, that was the whole objective of the short. It was experimental. It wasn't very like thorough about like telling a concrete story and showing a concrete story. Is about Gabby, this woman who leaves a voicemail to her sister, just saying, you know, Gabby played this character where you had this type of disease. It wasn't very specified, but we know that she was sick, and it was her last day at home before she got sent off to the hospital to, you know, essentially live out the rest of your days. Yeah. And it was just her leaving a voicemail talking about, you know, leaving a voicemail to her sister talking about, you know, that you went to their favorite place and just how drastically different it was being there. And, you know, this is your very final day, just doing what you want, your final escape. That's what it's called for, or last escape. Yeah. And just how drastically different your viewpoint was since it was your last day. And I felt like that went through well. It showed her capability. And then we went on to do our next short film, which was Reconcile the Mask. And that was weird and cool and weird.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. That had an objective of trying to be, you know, this for my class. So, and the class objective for this project was that it was supposed to be spontaneous. There's supposed to be no official script.
Yeah, there was no script.
Yeah, and so right when we started shooting it, we had no idea where the story was going to go at all. And we were just, you know, the first thing,
just came to me with this concept.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, okay, well, what are we going from here? You're like, I don't know. We're going to find out. And I was like, no.
Yeah, the whole concept is just like, we're both in it, we star in it, and we like wrote it and all that good stuff. But it was just about you being with me, except I was this extreme bipolar person who wore a mask all the time, and I was crazy. Well, not crazy, I just had bipolar disorder.
Yeah, just a little off.
I'm sure the people out there who have bipolar is like, these people on my antenna TV. I'm never gonna watch antenna TV again. As, you know, playing this character, whatever. Okay, so we didn't know, we had no idea that what the story was gonna go with, and as we kept filming, we found out the story. And I remember the first shoot we did, we went to Wetlands, which is a location here in Las Vegas. It's just kind of like a weird foresty type vibe of area. And we just went there to like walk around as our characters and just try to get away. Like that idea of that story was just try to get away from
our normal mundane lives, and then just us at each other's throat all the time. Or not really, but you know, just me dealing with you all the time.
Yeah, so that was the story idea. And then just as we kept filming, like the story panned out. And then overall, when it came together, I felt like it was really good. And we worked well together, and it felt good. And so, of course, I wanted to reboot Blueberry Gone. And, of course, you're coming on to help write and direct. And, unfortunately, we couldn't cast the original actress who is in Blueberry Gone, the one that's on the show, the 3-minute version, because she moved to L.A., and we're here in Vegas, and that's kind of whoa.
And coming back and forth, it's just, you know.
Yeah. And so we reached out. Your cousin Brenda is an actress, somewhat, and we reached out to her to see if she wanted to play the character of Emily, and she's down. I mean, you've used her in your couple of your shorts before.
Yeah, we've always done things together.
Yeah. How do you think of Brenda as an actress
As an
working
actress.
with you?
I mean, she's not like professional. She's just like aspiring. She's always liked it. I remember we were like 13 and we would make stupid little films and stuff. And it was always her like, I want to be in front of the camera. And she'd be like making the stories and everything. And I was just like, I'll hold the camera. And so, and she just kind of, you know, throughout the years has gone into other stuff. But she's always come back to acting. And it's something that she's always like, yes, I want to do it. And likes the challenge of it, and I think this will be very challenging for her because, you know, how you were talking to me about how it's going to be very grounded, very dark at times, and things that I don't think she's done, you know, in her acting career. So, but I'm excited to work with her on this because it's going to be challenging for her and a little bit for me, you know, for you too. And then I think she's good. Like I told you, she's can be a little bit theatrical, and I think it's better to get her to be able to pull back a little bit from her like theatricalness than having to get something out of her, like trying to be like, okay, can you be a little bit more emotional? You know, she can go there, and I think it's just going to be a matter of like, okay, well now can you just act like this is really happening to you, you know, instead of like how you think it's happening to someone. And but yeah, I think she's going to be good. Hopefully, and she's really excited for it. She's always messaging me about it, and she's like, I can't wait. And so she saw your 3-minute one, and she was like, it was so good. And I think she can probably relate to it too. So I think she's gonna give it her all, hopefully.
Yeah. That's a whole like weird thing. I'm still trying. Like I've been technically I've been directing with my friends for like years.
Yeah.
Like I've been into filming since I was in middle school, and directing my friends are completely different from directing actually aspiring actors.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole different language gap. With your friends, you're like, just go over there and do this.
You just talk to them however you want.
And with actors, you have to be like, look, there's a complete different thing where you have to respect them and be like, give them their space and give them an objective. And it's very, you know, I've done like hours of research on that, and over this past 2 years, I've been, you know, getting better at that. But it's still a thing I get, you know, I struggle with. Like even trying to talk to actors, sometimes I get intimidated. And I'm like,
it's hard.
And then they're like, what do you mean?
Especially if they've done a lot of work in the past and you've kind of just like starting, you know, up and coming filmmaker, and you feel like, oh my gosh, are they judging me? You know, I've always felt like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a thing we have to get used to. Like still more just working with actors and, you know, learning how they can relate to this character.
Yeah.
Going on with this project, like you've directed Brenda before. How was that?
That was very easy because that's my cousin, you know. It's just like we've done it so many times. And it was kind of, I put her in a very tough position, I think, because I gave her the script like probably a week before we were going to start filming. Because I was like, you can do it.
Was this for your short, Amelia?
Yeah, it was for Amelia, like the latest one that we did. And it was just like a quick thing that I put people together that I was like, can you help me? Can you help me? And it was just for like a small class project. And then she showed up, because, I don't know, she was going through something too. So she showed up and kind of knew her lines, but not too well because I didn't give her much time. It was my fault. And then I was just like, I guess I was kind of doing, no, I didn't really even direct her much now that I really think about it. It was just more of like, okay, well, you know how this character is. We would talk about how I wanted from this character. So she knew more of that than like the actual lines. So once we were on set and we were, you know, rolling, and then she would be like, the toughest thing was she would forget lines and stuff, and she'd start beating herself up, and I'd be like, no, it's fine, like the you know, whatever, the lines aren't like concrete. I was just like, I want to get the more feel of it, and I want it to feel more real when you're actually like, you know, with this other character and you guys are going at it, and it's not like rehearsed, you know?
Yeah.
So that was really easy and it was fun. And it was kind of challenging in positions that I would have her in and stuff, but that was a separate thing. But we went at it for like, I think we filmed for like 6 or 7 hours straight one night, and then she had just gotten home from work or something, and it was just crazy. And I was like, tough position that I put her in and everything, and she came out of it still like, no, it was fun, like I really enjoyed it or whatever, it's totally fine. And I was like, oh, she's gonna hate me, you know, but at the end she was still very positive and was like willing to do it again the next night, and it was fun and I really liked it. But I think it'll be a lot like that, so I'm like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have like a lot of meetings.
Yeah, we're gonna have to meet up before a lot
and talk about everything and exactly what we talked about,
Yeah.
and how the character is gonna be and all that, and definitely rehearsals to follow that. But you know, there's a lot of preparation in doing a short. I think that's about it with what we're aiming for and everything. So, thank you for watching the first episode of Filmmakers Lounge. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to continue this. Keep following this show. We're going to have more filmmakers on, like us, on here talking about their shorts. And we're going to expand more about the making and talking about everything. So, thank you, and hope you guys enjoyed. 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 Enjoyed.